Howdy and hello, I'm OhDough. Hope we're doing good. Today we're learning about Baptiste, basic abilities, tips, and matchups. Basic abilities, you do 75 damage to the body, 150 if you land all headshots. You shoot 3 bullets at a time, so it's burst. And your healing is going to be 50 if it's a splash, as in not direct hit. If you direct hit, it heals 70. So keep that in mind. And usually it's best to aim at the feet because it's easier that way. The feet have a bigger hitbox for pretty much all heroes in the game. Your shift heal, which will heal an extra 50 health if your teammates are below 50% HP. So total healing would be 100 health from the burst and then 50 over time. If they're above 50% HP, it's 50 burst healing and then 50 over time. If that makes any sense at all. Immortality field will make so your teammates can't go below 10% HP for 5 seconds, but the field itself has 150 HP. It can be broken, EMP, destroyed, all those things. It cannot be blocked by defense matrix, javelin spin, connect grasp from Sigma. It can't be eaten, it can't be blocked by shields, but it is blocked by line of sight. So if I immortality field, did I hear? Right there, he's being blocked by this, or the pillar's blocking line of sight, so he just dies. Nothing he could do. Your last ability is your passive, which lets you jump really high. And this is kind of good. It's not insane mobility, but it's very good on maps that have sort of like 1-story height or 2-story height, because you can get up there and you're chilling. You can also use it to avoid earth shatter, which is kind of sick. You're just sitting there crouched, Ryan pulls up, you're like, later dude, and you live because you can't get shattered in the sky that high. Now your ultimate is Amplification Matrix. This will increase the damage you deal by 100% and the healing you do by 100% as well. So your damage will be 150 to the body and you'll just do 300 to the head. It also increases damage of certain things like Ash's dynamite, I believe, and all projectiles of the sort. Now it's time for tips. The first and most important one would be you can shoot and heal and there's no interruption whatsoever. And if you want to do more DPS, you could just shoot twice and then heal, so it's less flicking around and whatnot. But it depends on what your teammates need. And in some cases, it's best to just focus on healing if you have a hard time juggling both of them. So that way your teammates don't die and you're like, oh, I was trying to do DPS and heal. I'm trying to be your support. Sometimes it is best to just try and focus on the healing aspects and not juggle too many things at once. I didn't mention this, but you can change the direction the field's placed by pressing the ability again. So for me, my ultimate's Q. I press it again. It can turn it to be horizontal. Be aware of how chunky your immortality generator is. Like, will it hit right here too? Like, that guy dies. That guy's dead. Do not hold on to window for too long. You build it super fast, so even if you whiff a couple windows, it's best to just practice when to use it, when not to, and to just use the ultimate. I've had games where I'm holding on to it for 20 years, and there's just really no benefit to it. So use window more often. And again, it does heal double, and you deal double damage to it as well. And you don't always have to focus on making so your whole team can use it. Sure, it's ideal, but there's times where just you can be the one using it and you'll still get insane value. Securing one pick with window is worth. Keeping your tank alive with window is worth. Technically, you can sky heal with Baptiste. Like, they will come down eventually, but it's kind of hard to do. And I've never landed heals with Baptiste doing it in this manner. But if you practice it, maybe it'd be crazy. If you have to use your immortality field, you can shoot with your healing ability and know where the field will land because they have the same arc, the same projectile arc. What maps is it best to run the high ground? Eichelwald's pretty clean. Calisio's pretty nuts. Circuit Royale, Baptiste is insane. Like, you can pretty much play Bap on any map. It's just more of who you're playing against that kind of matters. Good and bad matchups for Baptiste. It's good to play Baptiste into Sigma. If he ults, you can just toss down Immortality Field and usually they won't focus it and you'll just live and you get Immortality Field off and you shift and nothing even happened. You're all full health, you're chilling, you're vibing. Hog is one of the best people to play Baptiste into because you just build ult so fast. You won't have the best time of stopping him from hooking your teammates. Having to waste Immortality Field on a hook is worth it, but it's a very long cooldown. That's one thing I haven't mentioned so far is that Bap's cooldowns are kind of long. So if you waste the Immortality Field and the Hog doesn't die, he'll just hook somebody else and then they die. So it's like, sure, it's good to use it, but the best thing is just farm your ultimate, window, kill Hog, and press on. Orisa, not bad to play Bap into because it's easy to hit her, aside from if she's using Javelin Spin. And then Ramatra. Mostly because if Ramatra ults and you window and you have one person with you, you can usually burn Ramatra. It's a lot of damage and most of the time they won't be blocking. They won't really respect the window. Zarya, since her range isn't that insane, she can't really focus you that well unless you're in a bad position, and she can't chase you. Her health is also super low. If you window and your team shoots at her, she just gets exploded, and there's nothing her team can really do to help her. And the last one for tank would be Junker Queen, just because she's low HP. She's a low HP hero. The only issue is if she does knife you, you're going to die. As for support, the only issue is if the enemy team's running Ana and your team doesn't have a kiriko. If that's the case, Immortality field isn't actually that great versus anti-grenade. It'll keep them alive, but the enemy team focuses that field, they'll just break it really quickly and then focus the person who's anti'd and they die as well, especially your tank. That is the video. May have to add some stuff here and there, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Catch you the next one.